Fear often disguises itself as control. Most of us do not think of ourselves as fearful people. Maybe you wouldn't describe yourself that way. Maybe the words that we would rather use is, I'm responsible, I make plans, I save money, I organize lives, I'm preparing for the future. And hear me correctly, these are good and necessary things, yet sometimes beneath our planning there can be a deeper question, a fear. What if things don't work out? And fear often speaks quietly. It tells us that if we can just prepare more, save more, control more, then we will finally be able to just enjoy and rest and breathe. It convinces us that peace lies just beyond our next achievement, our next goal, our next carefully constructed plan. The rich man in the parable that Jesus tells, he's driven by a desire for certainty, for stability, for security. And his future appears secure. His barns are full, his plans are complete. And yet God, in his words, reveals a difficult truth. He says life was never under his control, under this man's control. It says, but God said to him, you fool, this very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? And Jesus isn't trying to frighten us or to threaten us. He's exposing the illusion that we can ultimately secure our own lives, that we can determine what exactly happens next, that we can decide what our future is like. Much of our anxiety comes from trying to carry responsibilities that were never ours to carry, from living in the future, from living in fear. Think about it. We cannot control our health. We cannot control the economy. We can't control our children's choices, maybe influence, but not control. We can't control our future or even tomorrow itself. Fear has a way of shrinking our world because only when it's small enough do we think we can control it. And we become increasingly focused on ourselves then, our plans, our worries, our needs, our security. And the rich man speaks repeatedly about my crops, my barns, my goods, and my soul. His world becomes smaller and smaller. And the tragedy is that the harder we try to control everything, the more anxious we become. Security becomes an endless pursuit because there's always one more risk to manage and one more uncertainty to eliminate. Jesus invites us to lay down the burden of believing that everything depends on us and our capacity and our strength and our control. Faith is not the absence of uncertainty, it is the willingness to trust God in the midst of it. The Father does not ask us to control our lives, He asks us to place our lives in His hands. So where are you trying hardest to maintain control, to appear in control? What burden are you carrying that God may never have asked you to carry? Spend time praying with Psalm 23 this week if you'd like to. Read it slowly each day, paying particular attention to the words, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing." Ask God to show you where fear has become control, and ask Him to show you where trust can begin to grow.